Hello everybody, welcome back to another Expeditions Guide. Today we're taking a look at Transylvanian Transit. This is an expedition in the Transylvanian Alps region. This expedition is unlocked after completing Crash Landing, and we're going to be using the Capricorn for this expedition. So let's talk a little bit about what we're doing. So we are starting here at the field operations base, and we're going to make our way across the river and across the island and then across the river again, and we're going to head up to this camp of survivors. After we reach the camp of survivors, they're going to send us for some supplies. Those supplies are going to be up in the mountains. So we're going to follow this path up here to get the supplies. And then we just have to bring the supplies back to them following the same route we used to get over there. So that is a little breakdown of what we're going to be doing. So follow along and I will show you how it's done. So the first thing we're going to do is make our way right on out of the outpost here. And we're just going to follow the path right on out of the outpost. And then we're going to go over these rocks to get across the stream. And then head on down so we can cross back across. After that, we're going to make our way through this little snow pile here. Head right on down the hill and around the corner. And from here we're just going to make our way down to the river shore. And from here we're going to go across these little ice islands to get across the river. Hop on over to this one, and then down over to this one. And then we're going to hop over to this last one here. And then from here, we're going to get turned and head right on over to directly for that tree branch. Get right on across in between these two islands here. Kind of up on the ledge of that one there. Grab that tree. There we go. And that's going to bring us up to the other side here. After which we're going to follow a southeastern line here and head on down the island just a little bit. And once we head down this way, we're going to cut through the island. Just going to go right up the middle here. So we get through the snow. There's a nice path through the rocks we can take. Right over here, this is a bit of a tricky spot here. You got a very narrow spot here with some rocks. So we want to just kind of squeeze right up here. Knock that bush over. And then up through the snow. And right on down through the swamps here. And we're going to go up on the right side of these rocks here. So stay up on the rocks. Follow this over. We're going to head down here to the end of the snowbank and right on over the rocks here. And then we get a little gap right here. We're going to squeeze through all the way down here. And we need to get across this river again. So we're going to head up shore just a little bit. And right over here is going to be our crossing point. So we're going to head right on down here, up over to this side, and right on over to this little island here. right on through here, up onto this one. You can use that log as a winch point if you need to. And then from here, we're just going to cross the shoreline. And then we need to head up into the mountains. So there is a nice path forward waiting for us, running on the other side of the river here that we can use to climb up into the mountains. So we're just going to head up the mountain here. And we're going to head right in between these trees. We're going to go through the snow here, but what I'm going to do is go ahead and drop the pressures down. That's going to give us a little bit of a speed boost through the snow here. And here we are at a bridge we need to build. I forgot to mention this at the beginning of the build, or at the beginning of the video. Sorry, stumbling over my words there for a moment. But we do need to build this bridge. It is 75 spare parts. So my apologies for not mentioning that at the beginning, but that bridge is located right over here. So we're going to build that bridge and then head up into the snowy mountain to make our way to the survivors camp. We're going to follow the grass here for a little bit. And right over here, the rest of this is going to be deep snow. So we're going to go ahead and turn those tire pressures down and make our way through the snow. And right through here, we can go ahead and put those tire pressures back up. And we're going to head on down to the blue square. You can't really see it. It kind of blends in with the snow. There's blue square there. And they're going to say, hey, we need our equipment. Thank God someone heard our SOS message. We're running low on food. Some rations can be found in the cargo we dropped. So, with that being said, we are here. We need to follow this path up through the mountains, and this is the location we're looking for. These other two locations, you can actually just ignore those for now, because the equipment we need is right over here. We're going to go ahead and grab that, and then make our way back. So, once we get turned around, we're going to make our way back on through the snow, and once again, we're going to go ahead and drop those tire pressures while we go through a lot of snow here. And that's just going to help give us a little bit more speed through the snow. Once we get back to the grassy spot, we can go ahead and pressure the tires back up. And make our way back down towards the bridge. And then we can go across the bridge. So from here, we're going to go back across the snow and head on up further into the mountains. This is actually a good spot to go ahead and drop those pressures down again. But instead of heading to the left, we're going to head to the right. Alright, we're going to turn the pressures up here. This is going to be a very tricky spot here. It's very hard to see because of the snow drifts. They kind of all blend together. We're going to just stay right on the right side here. It's a very tricky spot here. And we're just going to stay right on up on this ridge here and turning to the left to kind of head down to counterbalance the vehicle. I don't like those trees. Those trees are like sponges. Springs and sponges. Anyway, moving on. We're going to keep going forward through the mountains here. That is just a nasty, tricky spot there. Just be super careful going through there. I was going through there a little bit too quick, which kind of led to some slight balance issues there. We almost lost the truck, but we got it. Just a very tricky spot. Right over here, we're going to go ahead and pressure down again and make our way through the snow. And we're just kind of heading down to that little pond down there. Right over here, we can go ahead and pressure back up. And we're just going to stay right on the edge of it here. You know, not trying to get too far into the water, but we also got to watch out for the trees. We're going to go up and over this little snowbank here. And again, we're just going to kind of shortcut out the water a little bit there. And from here, we've arrived at the big lake. So we're going to just cruise around the edge of the lake here. Right on through these trees. We can actually just knock this tree over and climb up over the rocks here. And from here, we're going to want to head down into the rocks. We're just going to follow this snowy path up. We're going to head right around these trees, and we're just going to go right up this narrow spot right here. And right on through the trees. And it looks like we need to take a moment to go ahead and refuel, so let's go ahead and get that done. So from here, there's pretty much a wide open area straight ahead here that we're going for. So we're just going to kind of cruise on through here. It's not super deep snow here. A lot of dry grassy parts and some rocks here. We're going to head up the rocks here. And then we're going to head to the right and continue to make our way through the forest. Right here we got one more snow pile to go through. You can see the resources right around the corner here. Gonna head up around the corner. And right over here, we're going to go ahead and grab these supplies and throw those in our truck inventory. So from here, this is where we're at, and we're just going to follow our tire tracks all the way back down to the survivors with the supplies in our vehicle so we can help them out. So we're going to go ahead and back up out of here to get turned around. And we're just going to follow the same path we used to get over here to get back. Right on through the snow and the trees. Go up over the rock here. And right over here, we're going to head over some more rocks. And then down the hill we go. And we're just going to make our way through the snowfields here. It's nothing too complicated to worry about at this point in the adventure. But we do want to make sure we hit this spot just perfect. Coming down the hill here. Just squeeze through this nice narrow spot. Take it nice and easy. Roll on down. And then right on through the rocks. And once we make it around the lake, we're going to head up to the ponds. Right on through here. And then we're just going to skirt around the edges. And then into some deep snow. So we're going to go ahead and pressure down so we make our way through the snow. Right over here, we can go ahead and put those pressures back up. And we're just going to cut right across the center of this pond here. And back through the trees. And this is going to take us right on back to our trouble spot here. So we're just going to keep the pressures up here just to kind of keep things a little slow. We're going to head right on down. Up and across. Just taking it nice and easy here. This is a very high-angled spot. It's very easy to lose control of the vehicle and tip over. Just going to just slowly make our way across that gap. And then once we get into the snow, we're going to go ahead and pressure down. We're just going to keep making our way through the snow here, all the way over to our bridge. A little tire damage there, but that's okay. And we can go ahead and pressure up here for a little bit. And we're going to head up around the trees. And then back through the snow so we can drop those pressures down, because this is pretty nasty snow through here. And once we get out of the snow, we can go ahead and put those pressures back up. And we're going to drive right on over to the survivors and deliver the supplies. So just drive right on into the blue box. Go ahead and deliver the equipment box. And there you go. That is going to complete Transylvanian Transit. And that is going to reward you with the LAZ TA 260 engine. And that is going to be for the KRS Pathfinder. So I hope you guys enjoyed this guide. Let me know what you think. And until next time, I'll see you in the wilds. Bye-bye.